attaching your beam with a beam attachment bracket. If your pergola didn't come with these beam attachment brackets, that's okay. You can build your pergola the traditional way by drilling and screwing through the beams into the posts. If you did add these to your pergola kit, it's a very simple DIY friendly way to attach your beams. Let me show you how. We're going to start with our posts, and the first thing that we want to know is our post spacing. So we've got our tape measure here. We double check down here at the post base. We're right at 96 inches. We're going to come over here to our beam and measure one of them. This one is 120 inches. So that's great. Once we put the beam up on top of these posts, we're going to have an extra foot of cantilever on this side, beam hanging out. We should have another foot of cantilever on this side. Now, note here, if your pergola is built where you had to change the post spacing a little bit, either scooch them out or scooch them in depending upon your site, that's just fine. You don't have to have a foot of cantilever. It's just what we specify our kits at. It can be 6 inches, it can be 18 inches. None of that will be a problem. They'll both still look really nice. So once we have that measurement here, you can go ahead and take your first beam attachment bracket, and you want to fasten it onto your post, just like I did here. And the way that you're going to fasten it's the attached fasteners here. There's a beam attachment bracket to beam and beam attachment bracket to post. So you're going to want to use this longer fastener to start. It's 2 inches long. That goes through the post into the wood on the inside and holds it real secure. So in the essence of time, I went ahead and did that. I set these up here. I fastened them in on both sides. Next, you can take your beam and set it up. We know we want 1 foot of cantilever, so I'll draw that out. Check my aluminum. Double check this side. That's also 1 foot. For safety's sake here, we'll clamp this side, just so if we wiggle it when we're climbing up on the ladder or moving around, that beam doesn't go anywhere. Once we've got that done, we take our bag of fasteners called beam attachment bracket to beam. It'll just go right in your driver. Same 3/8 head we've been using for all of our steps. You just go ahead and screw that beam right onto the bracket. And we'll get both sides here. I'm not going to put every fastener in the essence of time, but you'd want to put in all the fasteners on your entire beam attachment bracket. Once you've got that first beam up, from here it's pretty straightforward. The next set of brackets we're going to attach to our beam, the front beam, before we put them up. So we come in here, we take a measurement of our space between the post stops. So here we have exactly 80 1/2 inches. So I'm going to divide that in 2, and I'm going to make a mark on the center of my beam, and then mark where each of these beam attachment brackets go. So I already know my beam is 10 foot long. So 120 inches, half of that should be right here at 60. I'm going to make a little mark. And again, my space up here was 80 1/2. So I'm going to come 40 1/4 from that mark to each side. Make a little mark there. And 40 1/4 here. Make a little mark here. Now, it's real easy to put these on backwards. Ask me how I know. But you want to make sure that they're they're going to be in place to that way. Yep. When you put the beam up, this part's screwing into the post. Okay, so I just take that, I sneak it down to one side, put the other one up here to mirror that. Grab my beam attachment bracket to beam. Okay, we'd actually put all the screws in just like the holes show, but again, in the essence of time. Now, once you've got this attached, you should just be able to set your beam in place. Let's see if I got it right. Pop my clamp. Oh, there it goes. So fits nice and tight, and that's good. Now you can come in here with your beam attachment bracket to post fastener. You can sneak right in between these beams and attach like that. Now if you can see underneath here, like that. You just put in each screw and you're all set. You've got a beam attached. You don't have any holes through it. Both sides should match because we double checked our measurements. And you're ready for the next step, which is to add your rafters.